Hi, I'm Chris Bettine.
And I'm Christina Rinderly. Welcome to Around in Durango. Today we're at Ska Brewery to meet with co-owner Dave Thibodeau and talk with Ryan Finnigan of the Makerlab at the Powerhouse Science Center to see what he has going on over there.
All right, let's go see Dave.
Okay, that sounds awesome. Thank you. Hey Dave, how's it going?
How are you guys?
Good, good.
Hey Dave, good to see you, man.
Good to see you guys too.
Yeah, thanks for doing this. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, of course.
Yeah.
You guys need to, we should probably begin this with a beer.
Sounds
Absolutely.
excellent.
Let's do that.
do it.
Sounds great.
What's up, Ryan?
How's it going, Dave?
Good.
How's it going, Ryan? Good to see you.
to see
Good
you.
to see you.
Hey, Ryan.
Yay.
Good to see you, man.
Pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, what are our selections?
A couple new beers out of our pilot system. There's a sour apple goza. So we also have Parody, which is the beer we made for Snowdown,
Oh,
which is half pear juice and kind of tart. Which
Really?
is, it's delicious.
Oh, I want to try it.
Those, yeah, if you want to try that,
That'd be
we can
great.
Do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, that sounds awesome. I love your True Blonde. I'd love to get that
Okay,
as well.
perfect.
I'm gonna
perfect.
double down on the True Blonde. It's one of my
True Blonde Parody.
Yeah, I'll try the
I do
parody.
want to try a sip of his.
You got it.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Nice.
Wow.
There we
See
This
that
is
before you.
amazing.
There's Parody, Snowdown beer, and 2 True Blondes.
Very nice. This
Thanks,
is beautiful.
Dave.
I love your pint glasses. These are fun and new.
These glasses have a nucleation site in the bottom, and it's like an etch in the bottom of the glass, and it keeps the bubbles coming
Oh,
up.
like a
and it-
champagne glass or something.
Yeah, and
It's pretty
it
fun.
helps with the aroma a bit, and it also helps with the head retention. And so there's always a little bit of head as you're drinking the beer down.
Very nice.
And it looks cool.
It does look really cool. I love it.
Well, you guys have a very interesting story here at Ska, and we kind of thought our viewers might be interested in it. So give us a little background on
Like the roots?
Yeah, the
real
roots, the real roots,
It's,
the real story too.
This is
Don't
the
hold
behind
anything
the
back.
scenes. Yeah, the behind the scenes.
So we're
You heard it
23,
here first.
23 years old now. And there's 3 of us, my 2 partners, Matt Vincent and Bill Graham. The story really starts when Bill and I were in high school, and we were beer drinking high schoolers,
Uh-oh.
to put it mildly.
This is back when the drinking age was high school age.
Honestly, it was 18 for 3-2 beer back then. We got grandfathered in because it changed
Okay.
when we were 19. But we, one day, Bill and I were in my parents' living room, and we ran across a book that said Brew Book on it. And we started flipping it open, and it was actually my dad's homebrew logs. And
Wow.
he had
Oh,
been
cool.
homebrewing from 1969 till 1980. And
This is in
was
your
now,
jeans.
Yeah.
Literally.
And my dad's name is Gene, so it's even funny. It actually had his first recipe from 1969. We started flipping through it, and we were like, wow, when's he add the alcohol? And we realized he was making the alcohol, and it was like a light bulb going on for the type of high school kids we were.
We could make
And,
our own beer.
We make our own alcohol.
Our empire
Yeah.
starts right here.
Yeah,
And
you
we-
didn't
so
think
we-
about it that way though. It was just we can make our own beer.
That's exactly
We
what
weren't
it
gonna
was.
Have an empire.
Yeah, and it was cool. And so we told my dad that we ran across this thing. He got excited about it, and we all jumped in like full
That's so
force
cool.
and started homebrewing. Bill and I ultimately ended up here in Durango. We'd had this dream of opening our own brewery. We thought we were better than we were as far as making beer goes. That became apparent really quick as soon as we actually tried to make it on a professional scale. We tried to get a loan, and everybody turned us down. Our business plan was kind of it was a back of a bar napkin in comic book form. Yeah, I'm serious.
That's what
It
the
was-
comic
I mean,
book was.
we were punk kids. Everybody told us no, and we got Bill's dad gave us a small loan to start with, and then we did a lot of bartering to cobble together our original brew system.
You've obviously come a long way from your, brewing at your dad's place to these fine beers that are award-winning.
Yeah.
And you're now expanding all over the place.
We're in 10 other states and a number of other countries. Sweden, we sell a lot of beer in Sweden.
Wow,
That's
really?
a
I
long
had no
story.
idea.
Yeah, that's a long, crazy story. But Sweden does really well for us. All the liquor stores are owned by the government over there, and they refer to it as the monopoly.
Sweden's like Utah.
It's it's very similar. It's eerily similar.
No offense, Utahians. I'm interested to hear about the fact that you guys have cooperated with all the brewers in the community and beyond.
Community reigns supreme is actually one of our core values here at the brewery, and we've always been really driven. And as a matter of fact, you guys had talked to Bill Carver. When we first came up with the idea and we were actually getting close to launch, and we went to Carver's, and I was really timid and nervous, and I didn't know Bill, and I didn't want to tell him we were opening another brewery in his town, and I thought he'd kind of laugh at us, because we were punk kids pretty much when we were doing this. And we went in and we sat down and we told him our idea, and the first thing out of his mouth was literally, "I'll put you guys on tap."
Your first account in Durango was Carver's Brewing?
It was
Company?
another brewery. How cool is that?
That is so
Yeah.
cool.
Really, it was that moment where we said, the community is everything here. If they're going to support us, we've got to support them. So
Then you have all your philanthropy that you're involved in as well, and talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, tell us about that.
yeah, that's kind of the space we're sitting in. Actually, is we built this space specifically to let nonprofits use it for meetings and fundraisers, whatever it is, silent auction. It's kind of built into the building. We do a lot supporting the community that has always supported us. We just started a new thing this year called Token Tuesdays, where proceeds from every beer sold on Tuesdays go to 2 different charities, and we change the charities every month. And we do Bootlegger Society. We work with all the other brewers collectively as sort of a philanthropic umbrella organization. When there's a task at hand or a need that's a little bigger, the burden on one brewery might be a little heavy, but we know collectively we can help.
How many brewers are in the community right now?
There's 6 in the city limits right
Wow.
now. That's
That's
pretty
amazing.
crazy.
I know.
That's pretty crazy for a small town.
Not,
You're like the
not a large
city-
town.
Yeah, I love
17,000
it.
people and 6 breweries.
City of brewery
We
love,
are the
as you like
city.
to
I
say.
do love to say that. Did you know that? Did you know I was going to say
I don't know. I knew it was coming up, so I just jumped.
I don't think we ever imagined it actually succeeding, and I think my dad is just blown away.
Yeah.
The whole
He's
thing.
so proud.
And I have the brew book too, so not only do I have the napkin,
of like the history of Ska and have a really cool frame.
I think we talked about doing that up the stairway.
Yeah,
it'd
Such
be-
a good story.
it's fun and it's cool. I love telling it. If you can't tell, I get a little animated about it, but
love
it's
Love the story. And I hadn't heard the whole story, so thanks for sharing it with us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Cool. I'm gonna run by. I'm gonna take my beer with me.
All right.
Ryan, good to see you.
Great to see you, Dave.
Take care,
All
you
right,
guys.
thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thanks for
We
letting me be a
appreciate it.
part.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Take care.
All right.
See you, Chris. Take care. Enjoy your beers.
Thank
All
you,
right.
we will.
Thank you.
Ryan, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Would love to hear everything that's going on about Makerlab.
A big thank you from everyone at Makerlab and the Powerhouse for everything you guys do here in town too. So yeah, kind of a little bit of a history where this kind of started. And maybe even just a little background about what makerspaces are. So makerspaces, yeah, so that's a community workspace where people can get together and have access to the types of equipment that they otherwise would be relatively cost prohibitive. Laser cutters and electronics lab and
That's amazing.
yeah, and 3D printers. And so makerspaces are popping up all over the world right now. And so this is the first makerspace in the Four Corners area. So we're pretty proud and happy to be able to have brought that to our community. And we think it's going to have a lot of great benefit.
So they're creating a product and then sort of developing that product within the lab, and then that product might go to market. Is that how it works?
Exactly. We had 2 people already start Etsy stores. Oh, really? Yeah, specifically with the laser cutter. That's the most popular tool. I mean, people love it. I mean, it's...
When you said kids are playing with a laser cutter, can they, cut their hands off and stuff like
If you're
that?
not careful, we have, of course...
Star Wars stuff,
Yeah,
lasers.
exactly.
It's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, and there's of course safety considerations, and so everyone has to take a safety use class for that type of equipment.
So people can get a punch pass or a monthly membership, or how does that?
Yeah, either. You can even buy a yearly annual
Really?
membership.
Okay.
You can buy a family membership. So yeah, and there's punch passes. So if you just want to come in and check it out, every Friday we do what we call the Maker Mingle or High Tech Happy Hour.
Oh, nice.
And we serve Ska beer.
You do?
Yep.
Oh my gosh,
So
that's great.
they've
That's
they've
perfect.
sponsored us in that and given us quite a good deal on that.
What are some of the projects that you're most excited about?
One of the families there, the Harms family, 2 of their kids, I mean, they're there all the time. So one of them built a quiver. This thing looks like it's out of like a Hollywood movie.
Yeah, I saw the pictures on Facebook. That's
yeah.
amazing.
And then the other one built a Sauron mask out of metal, which is just amazing, like with no metalwork experience whatsoever. When they learn how to use these tools, they can make anything. There's actually a cool term in the maker world and maker education called ambush learning. You get kids really excited about building something in a project, they accidentally learn all of this other stuff. Just by and that could be as simple as like networking or problem solving when something goes wrong.
Yeah, you're not saying, Dylan, let's go do some math.
Yeah.
You know, but they're gonna have to do quite a bit of math to get to the end project, so they're learning all that stuff all along the way.
Chris got inspired by Makerlab when one of your newest projects.
Oh yeah, Benny the Boozer.
It's Chris's favorite project.
Yeah,
It's an older project.
it's still my favorite. Still my all-time favorite. Yeah.
Cocktail robotics, that's my specialty.
Nothing wrong with a good cocktail robot.
That's true, that's true.
Well, tell us, the important thing is we want to know how we can help and how the community can help you grow.
Being a nonprofit organization, we're of course always dependent on the community to some extent with funding and donations, so we're always looking for that type of thing. And then also just coming down and having fun and being a member and checking it out. I hear from a lot of people, my kids would like that, but I'm not a maker. Every one of us is a maker. There's a creativity in every one of us. We're a tool-making species. You might even come in there like, I'm kind of interested in learning how to weld. And before you know it, 3 years later, you're like Mr. Robotics guy, or whatever it might be. So it's a place where you can come and learn a new trade, a new hobby, or develop a whole new set of skills for a career.
Build a company.
Build a company, yeah.
Well, thanks, Ryan. We appreciate you joining us, and it's great to hear everything about what you're doing at the Makerlab and everything else. I appreciate you being such a strong member of this community and all the time you spend with all the citizens and kids and everybody else here that is really benefiting from your knowledge. So thank you so much.
It's
for
really
that.
making a difference.
And thank you guys for the same.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Thank you.
Chris and I have a passion for Durango and all the local organizations that help make it such a special place. We'd love to share that passion with you and hopefully inspire you to get out and get involved in our community and have as many rounds as possible around town.
We'll see you next time for another Around in Durango.